And finally, Andreas, I'd like you to do the same, introduce yourself and a little bit about Wolffkran.
Well, good afternoon. My name is Andreas Berg. I'm the IT manager of Wolffkran. Wolffkran is a European crane manufacturer with a head office based in Switzerland and production facilities in Germany. Our main markets are Europe and the Middle East. We have about 550 employees and our rental fleet of cranes is about 600 cranes.
Okay, super. So we've got 3 different companies, 3 different business models, 3 different countries, but the common thread is they all started with a core of ERP and perhaps CRM and then decided to expand. So what we want to explore in the next 25 minutes or so is really what prompted them to go beyond the ERP, what was the problem, what solution did they choose, and really what were the results and lessons learned. So same question, but again, totally different business. So you're a combination of manufacturing, leasing, and services. Had finished recently a worldwide rollout of ERP and then chose to continue and take on the next step. So a little background on why and what you chose.
Yes. In 2005, we were faced with a problem. It's not a problem, but our company started to grow rapidly. We were founding many European subsidiaries, and we had a decentralized ERP system in all countries. So our intercompany processes became really complicated, and so we decided in 2006 to implement SAP Business All-in-One. In 2008, we went live with our main production facilities in Germany and our head offices in Switzerland. And in the beginning of 2011, so 3 months ago, we finalized the international rollout. So we are very happy and glad now that we have one client system with all companies in one SAP system. 3 months ago, we have now started to implement a new process, a so-called cloud computing process for our service technicians. We have started a project together with Core Systems and Proaxia to make the processes for our service technicians more sufficient, means more effective. In the past, we have had forms to fill out for each service order from each technician, and it took up to 2 months from the beginning of a service order until we were able to invoice a customer. So with this new project, we have reduced this time to, let's say, 1 week.
So,
after 1 week.
So tell me a little bit about, I'm a field service technician. I used to get emails or something telling me what to do. So what happens in this new environment?
Yeah. Well, a service technician at Wolffkran has to assemble, disassemble, and repair cranes. And this all over the world. So we have thousands of cranes all over the world. And whenever there is a problem, for example, in India or in South Africa, one of our technicians has to fly to the crane and repair it. So this process was not maintained by any computer solution, ERP solution, and this was really a problem. So we never had the right figures at the end of the month. We never could report the benefits of our service. So we decided to go to this solution that I call the mobile cloud solution for our service technicians.
So I have an iPhone, I get the service ticket, I'm able to hopefully find the address of my location, what needs to be done, and I can document it all through the iPhone.
Yes. As soon as a call comes into our back office for a service order, the supervisor is keying it into the SAP system, and via an SAP connector, this order is moved to a specific technician. Of course, the supervisor has decided this is a right technician, and he gets this service order on his iPhone. There's no middleware in between, so I think it's similar. It's not an email, but it's similar like an email. So as soon as service orders in the SAP system, it is forwarded to the iPhone of the technician.
Cool.
With all the necessary information about the customer, the installed the crane, and so on.
Okay, great. As much as these projects all make sense, they still need to go through a justification process and a planning process. And Andreas, you mentioned with your project, you had a fairly unique approval process, a justification for your mobility project. So perhaps you can share that timeline with everyone.
Yes, I'm already for more than 20 years in this business, but I have never had such a fast or quick approval for a project like for this mobile solution. We were looking since 2009 for a mobile solution for our service technicians, but we never succeeded because either there was no link to the SAP system, or it was not user-friendly, or it was much too expensive for our small company. So I was never able to convince one of our decision makers to implement a solution. Until the end of November 2010, one evening I was sitting together with the project manager of proaxia, Peter Berg. He was responsible for our Swiss SAP rollout, and we were discussing several problems when suddenly he pulled out a white paper with an iPhone on it and said, Andreas, I have this solution for all your problems. Of course, I was laughing, all my problems, but what he meant was this specific iPhone solution. After 1 hour, I was convinced. The next morning, 7:30, I went to our sales manager responsible for service, and after half an hour, I had his approval. At 8 o'clock, I went to the CEO of Wolffkran again. I asked him for approval for this project, and at 9 o'clock, I had it.
So that's a commission salesperson's dream to go from not even on the forecast to perhaps closing the deal within a calendar day. So I'm not saying they all make this much sense, but a lot of these solutions do make sense, and you all started small with pilots that make it easy to justify. So that's real good. So you folks are all IT, CIOs, IT direct. I mean, so it's always a journey. So what's next? And Andreas, you rolled this out to a small group of 15 or so field service technicians. Yeah. What's next with this project, and what do you see on the horizon for future?
Yes, you mentioned it. At the moment, we have 15 technicians on this solution. What I want to have all our technicians all over the world on this iPhone solution. So these are 45 technicians to go. The next project will be SAP CRM, and after I've implemented CRM, I will make it mobile, and I think I will choose the same solution again with iPhones and the SAP connector. And after that CRM project, we have to implement BI, so there's still a gap in our system.
Wow. You got references to the right of you can help with some of those. So, what lessons learned from your experience at Wolffkran could you?
Well, I think the same as Bill said. Master data is all. The SAP system is as good as your master data is, and we were fighting very hard as we had different ERP systems. We had different codes for our material, master data, customer data, and so on, and it took about 4 to 5 years so to unify all this data, and this was a hard phase for us. But now we are through, and SAP works really fine, but master data is the A and the O.